Well, we're back in the land of heaven and shadow on...
What?
Well, yeah, that's what I call this land. The land of heaven and shadow.
Can you get any more edge?
Well, it is the English translation for my name. You know, Tenkage.
That doesn't change my question.
Well...
You know, technically, the more blocks we add, the more edge we have.
Exactly! Oh my god, this copper axe goes through these trees so quickly. I love it. So yeah,
Hey,
last time we sort of made a decision to basically move the entrance to the, you know, further out here. So I'll clear out the trees and you get to work on that.
Alright. We're undoing all my hard work. That's fine. No, really, man, it's cool. I mean, this gives me a chance to make it bigger, because otherwise this was going to be a bit more modest just because of how much real estate is available.
I mean, we got all this. We might as well take advantage. Oh my god, it's just swing, chop, swing, chop. Yeah, it was...
And we can just leave this foundation here for something else.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, you might notice that when I do the videos, when it says like featuring, I do featuring Princess Malena and Squirt.
I had noticed, yes.
You know what? I think I might do that for now on whenever we do something. It's just, you know, I guess it's like our avatars. I mean, Squirt's basically like your, or Zeteron's like your unofficial player character. Yeah, these copper picks work a lot better.
God damn it! It's probably because my controller's plugged in.
Huh? What?
I'm getting like some things aren't working with my mouse at the moment.
Ah.
Like I can't.
Well, I have both mouse and keyboard and controller plugged in, and they both work like they should.
Okay, I'll tell you what I really hate. I hate games that let you have both in, and then when you're playing with a mouse, and whenever you get something that would rumble, the controller rumbles. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, they should disable that if it can detect that, you know, oh, you're using a mouse and keyboard? Okay, don't use rumble.
Yeah, they do that with Monster Hunter World.
Well, what if you're someone who just wants to use the mouse and keyboard and have the rumble on your pants?
Oh, God. Actually, at least in the defense of Monster Hunter World, using a controller isn't a bad thing.
I mean, it is the way it's been played pretty much throughout the entirety. It's just, once I sort of customized my controls on for mouse and keyboard, it was a dream.
I'm gonna be happy once I can get my own copy of World for Steam. Definitely would love to do some hunting with you guys.
Yeah.
At some point, we need to, like, really organize these
Yeah,
chests.
I know. Yeah, like a chest
maybe
for...
when we get our castle, we can,
Yeah, build like a proper storage room. That was kind of my plan. Wonder if any events are going on. Nope. Doesn't look like there's any events going on.
Okay, this is weird.
What?
You guys are just, maybe it's a lag thing, because it looks like you guys are just like, I'm looking at, Bren, he's just running in the middle of the, like, he's just running on the spot.
Really?
And Squirt, Squirt is hammering at nothing. Oh wait, no. Actually...
Yeah, Brian, you look like you're just running out in the middle of nowhere to me too, and... I see Malena just sitting on the landing pad.
Yeah, it must be like draw distance or just some weird...
No, I'm running around Squirt as we speak.
Really? Because to me, it looks like you're on the landing pad.
Yeah,
And to me, it looks like there is some invisible force destroying the Foundation.
Nope, that's me.
Oh.
Could we restart this or something?
Internet.
Yeah, actually now that I look at it, yeah, Squirt's just sitting in the middle of the Foundation doing nothing. Well,
for me, she just went back to her,
Yeah.
Yeah, so what should we do? Should we, like...
Oh, Malena's now moving around, so...
Okay, I think we might...
And I see Brian at the Foundation.
Okay, so just might be a small glitch.
Yeah, it's probably just the game realizing, oh, things are happening.
Oh, by the way, you said you needed scales? I got more.
Yay! I can use those for hammer time making.
Yeah, I'll put them in here. And Argyle has left the party.
Yep.
Alright, they're in this one.
Here we go.
Ugh, it's so hard to get all this concrete. Yeah, when you put it down, it stays down.
Generally, that's what concrete's for.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hence the term concrete, like, you know, concrete used to mean strong and stable.
Makes sense. So...
Okay, well there, my controls are fixed up now. And everybody's moving.
Yay!
Alright, I just realized this is a different... This is the second version of Malena I made.
Oh, you made two?
Yeah, I wasn't quite happy with my stat distribution, and it takes like forever to get respec potion.
Ah. Fair enough, I don't mind. Thanks for sticking with Wizard.
Oh, of course I was going to... The whole reason I changed was just to redistribute stats and talents.
Hold on. Follow me. There's a pick for you.
Yeah, I think that's on my other character. Unless you put another one in.
Oh. Yeah, it's on your other character. I mean, you want to bring him in and just basically drop everything off?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason why you should be punished for that.
Nah, it's just, I was just being lazy, that's all.
Well, laziness is my job.
Hey.
I would debate that, but I'm too lazy.
Procrastinator...
Point to Argyle.
Procrastinator organization. Sadly, their meeting has to be rescheduled.
I just am thinking of this one image that I saw online of a Dalek just sitting down in a lazy boy chair with a remote control, and it says, "Procrastinate."
Oh, here's one. I remember seeing a picture of Flat Earth Society. We have members around the world. I don't know if they didn't realize the irony or someone was just trolling. Ugh.
But yeah, I just realized my mic was muted. What you meant to say was around the globe, because the globe is, you know...
Yeah, around the globe.
But I
mean, having it be around is still kind of work.
Yeah,
but,
true.
Yeah.
I still love the idea of, you know, the reason why, well, the proof that the world isn't flat is simply because cats would have knocked everything off by now.
I told you that.
Yeah, I mean, that's been around for a while. That's been a meme for, like, months, well, like, years.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Never understood why people could believe that the Earth is flat. Just...
They go to some extreme lengths to prove themselves.
I know. Yeah.
Like, earlier this year, a guy built a homemade rocket.
For the sole purpose of...
proving that the world was flat.
Oh my god.
Speaking of crazy things, though, what I was listening to, one of the things I was listening to at work was, I think, talking about how there's another brand of crazy as to the shape of the world, the people who believe that the Earth is hollow.
Yes,
oh god,
yes,
well...
and the lizard people beneath the... yes.
Okay, the Earth being hollow, I could believe there could be hollow pockets under the Earth, but the whole Earth being hollow, no. Yeah, I'm willing to believe there could be like a world beneath, you know, our feet kind of deal, like, you know, Journey to the Center of the Earth style, but come on.
And I believe there is another one that sort of goes along that line. There's a conspiracy theory that the moon is the lizard person's like secret base or something like that.
Lizard person? What is it with conspiracy theories and lizard people?
I don't know, but the funny thing is, in the previous Doctor Who, which I never watched because I could not stand Capaldi as the Doctor.
We don't judge, and people, please don't hate on him. He knows not what he speaks.
I mean, come on.
I'm
Tennant
just
was the
being...
best.
I've never seen it. I'm just being facetious.
Yeah, he was too much of an old grump for me. But, yeah, in, like, the first few episodes, there was, like, this, lizard woman. And, you know, she was, like, his friend, but it turns out that the lizard people, or the Saurians, I think they called themselves, had been living, inside the Earth.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
that was from, like, that was from a previous, like, generation. I think that was, like...
Yeah, I think that got established during Tennant's run.
No, I think that was even...
It's either that or it was,
No, I think that was even further. I think that was, like, we're talking the 4th Doctor.
Oh, yeah, like, I'm just kind of remembering the context of New Who, but yeah, I think, yeah, they probably had been doing that. And, like, I'll say, I don't mind that as, like, a science fiction trope type of thing, because...
Okay, it's kind of an interesting concept, where humans weren't the dominant species originally.
Yeah, it's kind of like how... Like, the whole ancient astronaut thing is bullshit, but I still enjoy Stargate.
Yeah, I think the concept of the ancient astronaut's an interesting myth, but it's just that, a myth.
Yeah, it's just, like, what I was getting at is, like, I was wondering if, the whole, lizard person conspiracy theory started because someone saw that on Doctor Who, or did Doctor Who actually make that whole storyline based on the conspiracy theory?
I'm pretty sure lizard people have been around bullshit conspiracy things for a long time now. Though I would not at all be surprised if someone watching it went, they're on to something.
By the way, Andrew, the 2 chests, here and here, here's all the concrete.
Okay. Thank you.
So, what you making with these? Lots of
Concrete!
God, you guys got... Jeez.
Hey, I got a bunch of sand for you, so where should I put the sand? We're still not sort of organized here, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just pretty much just putting it wherever.
Well, the
you know, I think I think the first official room I'll make is a storage room.
Yeah.
There is one carpet piece missing here, and that is going to irritate me until I get more. Okay.
Well, I think what we should do is probably grow some more, we could probably grow...
yeah, because it needs the, we need the seeds of the,
cotton
that makes the red berries.
Alright, and we also need cotton seeds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
So, I think I'll make a hoe.
So, with the whole conspiracy thing, there's this thing I was reading just last week. There's an airport that is apparently, like, you know, a lot of people think it's at the center of a bunch of conspiracy theories.
I don't know the name, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so, they were doing some renovations, but they put up, like, a bunch of posters, which was stuff like, you know, renovations or cover-up, you decide, or, you know, paid, proudly paid for by our lizard men masters or something like that.
Oh my god. You serious? Just...
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people are just stupid as hell. But then again, that's kind of what makes life kind of entertaining, you know?
Well, I mean, the whole thing, it's a joke, so... Because it's just, like, apparently, like, there are some actual, like, strange things in regards, like, part of the funding from the original, like, when it was first built, does actually trace back to the Three Masons.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Freemasons.
Freemasons, yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
Like, I'm still not even sure if, like, the Freemasons is an actual thing or if it's just the conspiracies.
It's a thing. It's just probably not as big a thing as most
like,
people
for example,
think it is.
The Illuminati, they actually were a thing, but they only did, like, one thing, and then they just banned it. Yeah.
And I think after that, it's just a matter of, like, a combination of conspiracy theorists and junk like that.
Exactly. Ah, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, well...
Come, sir, hoeing those crops.
Spore outbreak. Let's have a look at this.
Spores!
Hmm?
At Dusty Junction. What's your function?
Oh god, now that's old school.
This island is infested with vile spores. Time to clean up.
Yeah, so it's probably just an invasion.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, they do look kind of cool.
Ooh, as soon as I'm done planting, I'll come check that out.
Ooh, they're level 8.
Ooh, that is kind of ambitious for us.
Well, wouldn't be the first time.
Wait, why am I not... I think I de-leveled.
Really?
Yeah, because I no longer have the perks for level 5. I'm at level 3.
That's weird.
Maybe you do lose experience if you die too much.
It's weird though, because I could have sworn I had an aura still when we logged out. Maybe I just didn't save it or something, and that's why?
I mean, that wouldn't be the case, because it's tied... It's auto-saved. Well, I mean, if you... You should probably... There's a couple of quests to do at, Finch Fort. Fort Finch.
Okay. Hey, check it out. We got ourselves our first farm.
That reminds me.
Also, for some reason, I don't have my axe.
Did you maybe accidentally, like, have two versions of the character or something like that? No, then...
I'm pretty sure I only have the one. There's some bullshit going on. Oh well.
Soon we'll have all the cotton we'll ever need.
That's a lot.
Well, if we're gonna have, like, wall-to-wall carpeting, I figure might as well get a lot of cotton.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a castle without some nice carpeting, drapes, that sort of stuff?
I don't know. A castle without carpets and drapes?
It would be... shit!
God, now you've got me thinking about Dragon Quest Builders again.
Wish that game was multiplayer. That would have been awesome.
Well, the second one's going to be, but it's not going to be released until, like, December.
Well, hey, that's something we can do together eventually.
Yeah. It's going to be on Switch, though. I'm not sure if it's... I doubt it'll be on PC.
Well, they did put Dragon Quest...
I know it'll be on PlayStation 4 at least.
Oh, yeah, that as well. So we could probably get it all on PS4.
Well, they did release the latest Dragon Quest on Steam, so maybe...
Where's all the copper gone? Here? Back again.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for copper. I got it. Don't worry.
Alright. Yeah, a proper storage room would definitely be a good thing. Do you need a new pick?
Ah, god damn it, I did the
Yeah, that's another thing I don't seem to have is the proper pick.
I just accidentally crafted one, so I'll go give that to you. I was gonna craft the hoe, but for some reason I clicked pick.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Alright.
Ah, I forgot to actually pick it up from the...
I'll head over into Dusty Junction to grab some more material. More sand!
Careful. All those, spores.
Hmm? Oh yeah, I gotta check that out.
They didn't seem too tough, but then again, I was probably attacking one that's weak to the element I'm using. Drag already, damn it. Let's go.
Whoa. Those look a little, unsettling.
They look cool.
Yeah. Though I'm getting, like, a color out of space kind of vibe out of them.
What?
If you can interpret the color, then that is not applicable. I mean...
Well, Lovecraft reference.
No, it's a Lovecraft.
Right.
Color Out of Space is one of his more popular works.
Yeah. As I said, I'm not too familiar with Lovecraft other than...
I found a yellow portal shard. Huh. Well, these should be worth killing at least.
Actually, I think the Shadow of Innsmouth or Record is probably the only one that I actually...
Oh crap.
No.
Okay, that poison spore... Yeah, careful of the green ones. Definitely be careful of the green ones. Yeah, they're not that strong, you know, in terms of defense. Like, these things have a lot less health than those freaking lizard folk, but they hit just as hard. Alright, sup, Argle?
Yeah. I am here to find cactus fruit.
Drink cactus fruit.
That's... No, I said cactus fruit, not cactus juice.
Okay, eat cactus fruit. It'll quench you.
I use it to turn it into mana potions. So...
Hey, that's useful. Yeah, I actually think I might be the best person for the job to deal with these, because I'm able to shoot fast enough and kite them.
I mean, I can literally do the same thing, I'm a mage.
That is true.
And I can also target their elemental weakness.
Also useful. Yeah, I guess you are the best job.
I'm not saying I'm the best, I'm just saying that... Like, the downside is that I have to actually keep changing the element.
Well, at least we're getting yellow shards that we're probably gonna need.
Yeah.
So, on the continuous subject of me thinking about things relating to the Pokemon game, A thought occurred to me. It's just kind of an idle thing, which is that because of the whole thing of Pokemon disappearing, it occurred to me that there is one character who would not have a presence in the new course of events, which would be Ed.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean... depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, because, I mean, we had it, like, canon for the previous campaign that he was a Zoroark.
Yeah.
Hmm. Freaking poison!
Yeah. Yeah, that was just something that occurred to me that I thought was mildly interesting.
Yeah.
Also, Lyra.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, Lyra kind of had her thing happen, so. But yeah, like, yeah. So yeah, that is kind of a thought that as well, that yeah, there would not be remembrance of her either.
Yeah.
These poison ones are just pissing me off.
Well, heal up before you go rushing back in.
I'm healed.
But yeah, buddy. I got a lot of work to do in that.
Yeah. Wait. I know that, and you certainly do have your work cut out for you and everything else. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things that occurred to me because I was trying to... I was working out a revised biography for Monty, and while I hadn't quite gotten to that point yet, it was just kind of a thought that came to mind as one of those things that's like, huh, that's something different that would not have happened, sort of.
Yeah. Which actually means that it also means that his team, like, on their name.
Plasma.
Yeah, Team Plasma wouldn't exist.
Well, they could still be eco-terrorists.
His father, well, his quote, father was still human, so
yeah,
that could be a thing.
Actually, Plasma could just still be eco-terrorists.
That's actually the biggest change in my world, in the Pokemon world, is the fact that, like, Team Rocket could still easily be a thing, because they're just normal criminals, but...
they're the mob.
Yeah, other teams that had plans that specifically involved the use of Pokemon, what would they have done?
Well, that's actually kind of something that I started thinking about while working on Monty and Flare. The idea I started to think on was that, well, instead of trying to use Yveltal to try to end the world, I had the thought instead that, okay, we have Lysander, who is, part of a tech company and all that, and got involved in all this stuff. So I thought, so instead of capturing, getting this Deathbird egg, I had a thought in mind, which is, okay, what if instead it was a case of, like, he was like one of those crazy kind of groups, except, well, someone who used connections. Well, not quite a cult. The idea I had in mind was that instead of, using ancient tech to, bring about the world and end of the world, he still had kind of similar motives, but instead of that, he used his connections as a business person to try to get into, like, you know, power plant energy production type stuff, and obtained uranium and was basically making a bomb.
Oh, goody. So let's review. We have PETA on steroids. We have eco-terrorists in the form of Aqua and Magma, and now we just have straight up terrorists.
I had already made Aqua and Magnum eco-terrorists.
I mean, that's pretty much what they are. So
yeah,
you just remove the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Component.
Actually, you know what this reminds me of? A line from the Rugrats when they were visiting Angelica's mom's workplace, and Angelica, being the stupid bitch she is, presses all the buttons on the elevator when they're going up. It's like, ah, perfect. And then her assistant's like, I thought you were kidnapped by eco-terrorists again. I'm just thinking to myself, again.
Because, you know, that's a thing that happens frequently.
Yeah, it's lines like that you don't remember until you rewatch.
I was actually, as I usually do overnight, just, you know, browse Reddit's top 100 pages. And one of the things was like, there was a shower of thoughts of, when you're an adult, you start to relate more to the adults in Rugrats.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, it used to be, like, oh, why is Drew such a Debbie Downer on Stu? And then you realize Stu's just basically a man-child who risks everything for, you know, his family's safety and livelihood for, you know, yeah.
And then, of course, the strange contrast between, what is it, Debbie and, yes,
Dee Dee?
No, I'm thinking, you know, the butch woman and the effeminate husband.
Oh, Betty.
Yeah, Betty, that's it. Still, that always comes back to that one bloody scene. Why are you making chocolate pudding at 4 AM?
Because I've lost control of my life.
Yeah.
And it keeps becoming more applicable every day.
Oh god, I got double teamed.
Yeah, that's the problem with trying to get the poison ones. They're always surrounded by other...
Yeah. I'm thinking this job is a bust.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like also, Tommy's mother, she put way too much trust in, Lipshits.
Yeah, which, by the way, that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a foreign name, but let's face it, shit's coming from his lips half the time, basically.
We know why you use the name.
It's, like, I have seen people like that are just basically like, oh, I read this article from this, person online, so of course I now am an expert in it.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, basically, you know, the stereotype of, like, the hyper-aware parent who is so scared that her child's gonna die that they'll believe everything on the internet. It means, oh, they'll be 5% safer. And I mean, it's one thing to, like, to have your kid be safe, but it gets ridiculous that it's like, oh, they can't have a certain kind of plastic or they'll die.
And then, of course, there's the classic, here's the new hip trend that teenagers are getting into that's going to get them killed.
Yeah, the whole, Tide Pods challenge, I mean, that was only, like, a one-time thing. And it was their fault it became a meme.
And it's like, yeah, kids do some fucking stupid stuff, but yeah, it's...
I mean, we were the generation who grew up on Jackass.
I didn't.
It's almost kind of a thing that I think about, like, what's kind of worse about some of it is how it's just basically preying on the ignorance of parents. It's like, honey, what's tweeting? Is it a drug?
Oh, that again brings back something I saw, and it was something that someone posted. Oh god, like a couple months ago. It was a mother who, like, her son had some tool. It was like a normal tool that he left in his like sock drawer. His mother, of course, found it while she was snooping in his room.
Because...
And she thought it was some sort of drug tool when it was just basically like a bike tool or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Dad gave that to me to check my tire pressure.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Why was it in a bag? I was like, why did you put it in a bag? That's right, yeah.
Yes.
Why were you snooping in his room? Do you want trust issues? Because that's how you make trust issues.
Oh, it's just... It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you look at it like a normal frickin' person, you see like a tire gauge. And if you're someone who is expecting someone to be like, doing that, they're like, oh yeah, clearly this is a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
Yeah. My mum could never have believed I would do anything like that, simply because when I got home from school, I was straight onto the PlayStation 2. Now, I used to be in bed by like 9 o'clock during high school.
Well, aren't you just a frickin' model student?
But
Well, I was in bed by 9, but I was usually playing GBA until 12.
the day I got... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I would have a hard time with that, because for me, that would involve needing to find a good, decent light source.
Okay, Game Boy Advance SP. God, yeah, when that backlight...
Yeah.
You remember? Have you ever had one of those, like, light add-ons?
Yeah, I had, like, the worm light thing.
I liked that one. That one was pretty cool.
My mother's boyfriend at the time...
Crap!
What happened to you? Yeah, my mother's boyfriend at the time, he bought me, Majora's Mask when it first came out for my birthday. And I remember, like, I was playing it, I stayed up to 11 PM!
Gee!
Thug life!
Yeah. And, yeah, Mum basically let me have the day of school because I didn't get enough sleep.
Oh.
11 PM.
Oh my god,
Oh god.
Coolest mom ever!
Oh.
Yeah, my mom would never let me do that. Like, if I claimed I was sick and she knew I had a new game, oh god, the testing.
Like, oh, that's tough shit, kid. Oh.
Yeah, like, okay, I sometimes did get legitimately sick, but those were very rare, like... But she knew it's like, I mean, then usually, okay, you can stay home from school, but you can't play video games until after the time when you would get home from school.
Okay, the problem with the poison ones is the fact that they cast it so fast that you can't dodge it, and that once it's hit, that's it. You're just...
Yeah, we have to double team them to do enough damage fast enough.
And that's not even that. It's just the fact that as soon as you get hit, you're basically dead.
Exactly. Alright, look, okay, there's another one. A couple there.
Yeah, I know, that's where I'm... the ones I'm getting over here.
Alright.
God damn it.
What?
Yeah!
Okay, we killed them all.
I am out of here.
I don't know why. I don't know why we did. Because
Yeah, I don't even know why these are here. I mean, I guess there's something to do, and I mean, we got a bunch of yellow shards.
That's what it's for, yellow shards. But I came here for desert fruit, which I got.
Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Andrew some quests done.
We need to get quest XP.
I wonder.
There are legends of a ghost world found through a mysterious portal, but honestly, who believes in ghosts? There's one right in the second world, so... me? Wait.
Whoa, what the hell? Ah, went to the wrong one.
Hey! You know, I must have grabbed these giant pumpkins.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like the trees too much, but...
I don't like pumpkins. Okay, so here we go. I just received this. Okay, now let's see. Use my fancy new hoe. All the cotton's basically done already.
Nice.
Yay!
Well, that's because the, yeah, it's that soil. So, just crack it open and replant it and you're good.
You do that.
Alright, fine, I will. Huh. Well, things are starting to look pretty good here.
Thank you.
But are you sure you want to make it out of concrete? I mean, the walls at least?
I've been kind of using it out of convenience, but if you figure something else could work better, I'm fine with that.
Well, I'm thinking maybe stone tile or something? Some sort of stone?
Yeah, got some of that ancient stuff around we could probably use.
That would take a while. Let's see what we can build. Let's see.
What's wrong with concrete?
I just don't like the color so much for the walls. I mean, it's good for the foundation, but... I think making stone brick blocks would look good. All it requires is stone and 2 dirt in a furnace.
Alright. I could try replacing some of that right now.
I'll help.
Okay.
I like this sound. It's a nice clanging sound. Yeah, I just think the stone brick will be a good material for the walls.
So yeah, this is it. Potion of the Void allows you to respec, but you need energy crystal.
Ah.
I don't know where that is.
I guess it's as good as mine.
Okay. We need to start getting the potatoes for stronger mana potions and shit.
Potato.
I also have carrots. Can carrots do anything?
They're used for, like, different potions.
So I guess making a row of, you know, one of every plantable item is a good idea.
Carrots are used for regular healing potions.
Ooh, that's useful.
Oh yeah. So did you guys see? Apparently, there is. I didn't actually do the proper research. I just something I saw posted. Potentially a Netflix avatar.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah. If that's the case, I hope it's good enough to get season 2, and I hope they get The Rock to play the boulder.
Yes.
If there's ever a need for stunt casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that is one of those series that slipped me by that I constantly keep thinking I need to take a look at that at some point.
What, you haven't seen the Avatar?
I have not seen Avatar, no.
I don't know what to think.
Oh.
Doom on you. Doom on you.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know, like... It's one of those things that I hear people talk about. It's like, oh yeah, it's totally a thing worth getting into, and it's completely freaking awesome, and it's like, yeah, I'll probably get around to it, and then I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically to explain, in Book 2, which is basically Season 2, they introduce this character, and like he appears in like 1 or 2 episodes at the start, and then he appears again later on in like another episode or 2. He's an earthbender that participates in like underground bending fights.
Yes, but it's basically depicted as like, okay, normally in the show, bending battles are like sort of a sacred thing kind of thing where it's supposed to be like honorable. Here, it's basically WWF. Complete with people in costumes, including even a Fire Nation supporter who's like, "No, we shall sing the national Fire Nation emblem."
Yeah, he's a complete heel. Like, I believe WWE actually had like after 9/11, there was like a like a Muslim character or something like that.
Yeah, point is, there's always the heels, the heroes, or the really weird guys. It pretty much nails what WWE was all about.
And yeah, so the boulder is basically The Rock.
The boulder feels conflicted fighting a little girl. Well, the pebble looks like he's about to get his butt whooped. The boulder has stopped being conflicted.
Yeah. And Toph is of course the best character.
Yeah. Basically, she's a blind badass. I mean, hell, her stage name was The Blind Bandit. Of course, the reason why she was such a great earthbender is because, well, she feels the earth with her feet.
I suppose explaining that kind of spoils things, but...
I've honestly heard a lot about the series already.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's all good.
So things are looking nice here.
Hey Argle, I decided to set up like a seed chest here, but I think I'm gonna need another one.
Okay. Ooh, these grew pretty fast. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay.
Home sweet home. It's funny, I take care of my virtual home more than I take care of my real one. Wait, that's not funny, that's just depressing. My Sims always have better homes than me. And that's when it mysteriously burns down. You know, when I realize that.
Okay. I'm still doing some looking into this whole, why Andrew lost his levels. What are you doing?
Making a crap ton of cotton cloth.
Yeah.
It's good.
Sound like you're getting to a button masher there.
Well, I'm basically spamming, trying to put as much in.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Okay. There is nothing that seems to sort of...
Yeah, look at that.
It must be like a technical thing.
Yeah, these stone walls definitely look a lot nicer.
I don't know. There's probably some, you know, utilitarian sort of person out there that just sees the grey slate and thinks this is acceptable.
Yeah, like Muriel Finster from Recess.
Oh, nah, I was thinking of, you know, the neutral aliens from
I have no
Futurama.
opinion one way or another.
It's like this is building material.
Tell my wife I said hello.
It works about as well as the other building material.
That is one of the reasons why I can never get behind the idea of true neutral in D&D. Like, I hate alignments in D&D anyway, but...
Outside of just good, evil, and, well, somewhere in between, I suppose.
Well, because I hate the idea of evil as well, because it's like...
Evil is a very subjective thing.
Yeah. Like, you know, greedy people can be seen as evil because they're greedy, but what if their greed doesn't actually affect anyone?
Well, I guess it's one way to look at it because, say, take someone like Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, and the new DuckTales actually go into an explanation as to why he's hoarding all his money so much. And let me tell you, it's a tearjerker.
I really need to watch that.
Oh yeah, it gets really good, especially when you introduce Magica Dispel. I mean, not as good as June Forsythe's performance back in the original, and you may recognize her as the voice of Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. Also, there's one character from the Gummy Bears. But, yeah. But I think what she makes up with that familiar voice is she makes up with like hammy charisma. Like she is said as like a villain who loves her job. I think those are my favorite.
We can't forget the most important thing when it comes to Magica Dispel. Duck tits. Woo!
Yeah. God, I can't believe they got away with that in that movie. Like, really, George Lucas? What were you thinking?
Well, what I was thinking was it really added something to the whole mythos of the Howard the Duck universe. That's there's almost sort of a poetry to it.
Well, time to tear apart this castle and get all its cool shit.
You see, it goes in line with how every single fucking joke in this movie has to do with duck puns.
Okay, please stop. Your impression is way too good. Seriously, that is a really good impression.
Actually, you know, I'm always surprised by people when it comes to impressions. Like, I only just recently found out that Benedict Cumberbatch is actually a really good impressionist.
Really?
Yeah, he does a really good shit, I'm blanking on his name. Snake.
Alan Rickman?
Alan Rickman, yes.
May he rest
he does a
in
really
peace.
good Alan Rickman. Yeah. Have you ever heard Michael Caine doing an impression of Michael Caine? An impressionist doing an impression of Michael Caine.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah! So he's like, it's a video where it's like, he's talking about like impressions and whatnot, and he's like, the problem with impressionists is that, you know, they tend to do an impression of me in a certain way, and then he does an impression of an impressionist doing an impression of him.
Well, that's trippy.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, that's actually kind of true, because it's like, when you do an impression of someone, you tend to exaggerate, and then when you base something off of that interpretation, you tend to exaggerate things even more to the point that it becomes freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Man, I am an asshole. I just, like, took everything out of this guy's place, including his toilet.
That is both unnecessary and disgusting.
Well, we're gonna need a bathroom.
I just imagine you can easily buy that stuff. There's a furniture store here, but I just imagine you're walking, like Malena's walking into the castle, you're walking out, and you got the toilet like over your shoulder, and you're like, Malena, am I the bad guy?
Yes, Bren. Yes, you are. Hey, they want their stuff. They can come join us at the castle.
I mean, might as well just steal this castle, rebuild it, and...
Yeah, but then there's monsters, and then we have to build a...
Well, that's why he didn't build a wardstone.
Huh, that's a good point. And we're already in too deep. We're already in too deep. Huh.
I think that's probably one of the worst excuses.
That's exactly what you said when you gambled all our finances from the farm.
Huh. Hey, how did you equip your rat?
What do you mean?
There's like in your character slot in the lower left-hand corner of your, like, pose thing.
I now have a rat.
Yay. Ah, is this the merchant, the pet merchant?
Wait, this is a pet merchant?
Nah, I know there's a pet merchant. He must be in a different village. God damn it, Bren.
Oh, it's a cool statue!
You can literally buy the stuff!
What is it with you and statues?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is a cool looking gargoyle.
I mean, look, we got some cool knight statues.
But it's just the fact that he's just stealing it all.
Well, look on the bright side. At least I'm only stealing it. I'm not raping and pillaging. It's just... Okay, maybe I'm just pillaging.
That's a pretty low bar.
Oh, come on! Come on!
That doesn't work!
Come on!
Especially not with that voice.
Look at it this way, I just saved us a crap ton of money!
Which you would have lost, you lost anyway, from dying repeatedly to the poison spores.
And now we need to spend extra money on storage for all this.
Yeah, you gotta steal money to make money.
I mean, I can't argue with that, but...
Well, you're not wrong, but you don't have to say it. Seriously though, the place is starting to come together pretty nicely.
Thank you.
So yeah, I just need. You know what? I probably should find an empty chest or make some new chests to put all these in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you could make some new chests, that would be good.
All right. Where do you want me to put them?
Well, what I have in mind is that, like, you know, you'd have, like, because of the numbers being in twos, you could have, like, 3 on each thing here, then another 3 on top.
Ah, like
I'm planning to
that.
have that on either side of the level.
Okay, yeah, that I can do.
And I figure between these 2 rooms I've got set up here that should cover us.
For now, and we can always make more storage.
Yeah.
Can't believe I stole somebody's toilet. God, I am a shitty person.
I mean, I can see you trying to make a toilet joke there.
No, I'm just a shitty person. Yeah, whenever I do a face cam, it's just some other guy. I'm really just a pile of shit.
Didn't South Park make a joke around that?
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a mailbox. Which I stole.
Of course you did.
What? Who is going to deliver mail here?
I have no idea.
It's
Maybe
just,
that same
you know,
guy who delivers the mail in Animal Crossing?
You see, Andrew, Bren has this condition that is known as kleptomania.
Yeah, you're a hypochondriac. We all have our own problems.
I mean, I was only joking about that.
I know, I'm just being like, well, you're a hypochondriac. We have our own problems.
Well, the joke better yet is that Urkel just thinks he's a hypochondriac.
Well, as I said, if you think you're a hypochondriac because you have the symptoms of a hypochondriac, does that actually confirm that you're a hypochondriac?
My brain hurts.
The paradox of medical diagnoses.
But no, I am the kind of person, if I'm like going shopping and like someone basically sneezes or coughs next to me, I'm just like, and I'm gonna walk over here now.
Well, that's just kind of reasonable, really.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, in the course of listening to this history stuff, it's been kind of disturbing to hear stuff about how it's like, at one point there were public baths, and really the only method they did of cleaning was replacing the water every week.
Ah!
Okay, suddenly I'm gonna go throw up now. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat. I'm just gonna throw up.
See, that's where at least the Japanese like use proper like springs and streams from like proper sources, so that it was constantly clean water.
Yeah.
Yeah, your little setup for storage. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Well, that is actually how it's the whole idea of how that for mathematician, whatever, scientist discovered the idea of water buoyancy was because he realized while at a public bath that when he got in, the water level.
And then he famously went streaking, shouting, "Eureka! I have figured it out!"
Basically, yeah.
Eureka! Not just another way of saying you smell bad. Well, I'm not wrong.
But yeah, it's like there's some stuff where it's like looking at all the historical things. And especially when you hear how it's like how like for a long time germ theory was not a thing, and people thought that disease was caused by like humors or whatever in the body.
Oh man, we have come a long way.
And how it's like even during like through the late 1800s, it was not a commonly accepted thing for doctors to wash their hands.
Okay, we're moving on. I'd rather not think about that sort of shit.
Why? It's not like it happens. I mean...
Anyway, I'm heading back to the castle to steal more stuff.
Have fun storming the castle.
God, what is that from?
Princess Bride.
Alright, yes.
It's from Miracle Max. It's like, you think they'll do it? It'll take a miracle.
I think we had this. I asked the exact same thing the other day.
Might have been about a similar thing. I think it might have been bringing up the, well, it turns out he's only mostly dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's very, very quotable movie. Very quotable movie.
Yeah, I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I hear that.
Rodents of unusual size?
I don't believe it. And I'll live in the left screen.
Oh, that's right. That's like right after he meets up with her again and rolling down the bloody hill.
Yeah.
I remember that part where it's like, as you did.
And then she's like, oh my god. And then, what does she do? She just rolls down the hill with them.
Well. Yeah.
Like, why? Like, I understand coming down to her, but why didn't she, like, roll down the hill, like, risking her own life? Like, what the hell? And don't forget about that one minister with the funny accent, like, marriage is a...
Yeah, the oppressive clergyman.
Yes.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us here together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like a more family-oriented Monty Python.
One of my favorite scenes from Holy Grail is, of course, Tim the Enchanter.
There are some who call me Tim. I think actually the story behind that was that he actually forgot his line and he ad-libbed that. And they decided, you know, fuck it, roll with it.
He does have a slightly confused tone of voice to it. He's like, there's some who call me... Tim?
Exactly.
Or, another movie with, that's very quotable, and I need to watch again because it's been years. It's like been 10 years since I actually last saw it. And that is, of course, Spaceballs.
Cause what you want is what we need, and we do all the dirty deeds. We're the Spaceballs. We're the Spaceballs. The masters of space.
That's a fun one.
Don't mess around. We're the Spaceballs.
Like, I would not say it is the best of all of, what's his name? Mel Brooks. I wouldn't say it's his best work, but it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it definitely has its moments. Although, I highly recommend you avoid the animated series.
There's an animated series of it?
Yes, yeah, there was an animated series, and my god, was it
not that good. I remember watching it because I was, like, I watched the first episode at least because I was kind of excited for it, and it's like...
Oh.
Like...
it's
kind of shit.
You know what, I'll pull up, like, a review that goes through, like, most of the episodes, and...
It's like, I honestly think I kind of wish that they actually followed through the idea of what they were going to do with the sequels, which was that the joke in the first movie was, the sequel was going to be Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money, but the joke was going to be that the actual sequel would be Spaceballs 3: The Search for Spaceballs 2.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like a really meta kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of, like, Leisure Suit Larry, like, 5 or 4... No, Leisure Suit Larry 4, The Lost Floppies. Because I think at the end of, like, 3, he actually gets together with a woman and, a happy ending. But they had to figure out a way to justify, oh, why is he doing this again? So it's like, oh, in the 4th game, which was never released, something happened, and now he's a Leisure Suit Larry man. And then later in Space Quest, like the last one, I think, you're wrecking, a computer, and you can delete, Leisure Suit Larry 4.
And as I recall, I watched the thing with Danny Sexbang playing it, and it's like you can actually delete the game itself.
Exactly. But, yeah.
Whenever I think of, like, someone just brings up, like, oh, there was just then when you mentioned the animated Spaceballs, I can't help but think of JonTron's "Oh no," just in that sort of his cadence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good news.
Just
I
like,
found a
oh,
big
no.
vein of coal.
Huzzah!
But god damn it, when it comes to Danny from Danny Sexbang, he is, whenever he gets upset, for me, it's just very real compared to Aaron, because it's like Aaron, like, it just seems...
Well, Aaron rages all the fucking time.
Yeah!
So, in order to make it seem like it's new, he has to go over the top or petty, and it's just...
But it's like with Dan, it's just like, he gets that very sort of... He starts off passive-aggressive at first.
Oh, look, I lost a turn at Wheel of Fortune. It's like, and then it goes, oh, come on!
And I think part of what helps it as well is that Dan is usually, like, the most chill person ever.
Yeah.
So is Sexbang like his nickname, or did he actually legally change his name to that?
No.
That's just like his performance name, yeah.
No, but it would make me laugh if he actually legally did change his last name to Sexbang.
Nah, his full name is Dan Avidan.
Which is also because his father is Avi Avidan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I love the fact that he calls his grandmother Granny Sexbang.
Yes.
She loves it.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, two reasons. One, his grandma watches what he does, and that's pretty nice. Always nice to have family support.
Yeah. Though God, I now have the Avi voice stuck in my head. Yeah. So, Dan, can I get your music on Spoofy? Do you mean Spotify? Yeah, Spoofy.
Yeah, wasn't his dad like extreme, like almost to the point of stereotype Jewish?
He fought in like, what was it, the 7-Day War, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, he was like an Israeli soldier.
No, but I mean, I think I remember he like told stories of how Jewish his father was, like to the point that it's like he's almost a stereotype, but it's like really endearing.
Well, yeah, his father's just... All the stories about his father are just great.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I have nothing against, hilarious Jewish stereotypes, because I love the accent. It's the accent. I love a good, funny Jewish accent.
I love the stereotypical mother.
Yes, that. And all the Yiddish sayings and all that. It's, like calling someone a shugana or something. I don't know. I love that kind of shit.
Okay, I'm gonna need more stone. Man, why is there just so much good shit?
What?
Why is there just so much good shit that I need to watch?
Yeah, that is definitely a first world problem, but one I think we can all... Yeah.
Truly, we live in a time of plenty. It's not just the shows, it's all the frickin' games.
Yes.
There's so many, like, 100-hour JRPGs that need to be at some point completed.
Yeah, that's like one of the reasons why I'm not playing them, because it's like,
Yeah. Right now, for me, the torture is, I'm playing through Octopath Traveler, but the new Xenoblade 2 DLC just came out, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm going back through Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I was playing Dragon Quest XI, but last night I was watching TFS at the table, and I couldn't be bothered playing Dragon Quest while watching that. So I decided to actually load up one of those games I got a while ago, like probably last year. Moro Chronicles. It is a dungeon crawler where you play a guy who is plagued by sexual desire, and there are two countries. There's the human country, and then there's the monster girl country. And the monster girls are going insane.
Well, let me guess. Are they going into heat?
No, not really. They're just starting to become aggressive.
That sounds
so
like
the whole
heat.
idea... They're starting to hate humans and shit like that. So the whole idea is you have to try and figure out what's going on by fighting the crazy monster girls. During the battle, you have to destroy their clothing.
Oh my god.
And then once they've hit, like, once your little companion has like hit his peak, you then have to do what is called bump and scratch. Which I don't really understand why it's called that, but the whole idea is basically you have to rub, poke, pinch, and generally just put your hands all over them too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Did you get this like in the Sakura bundle?
No. But it is similar to Sakura Dungeon. And that's basically, you have to build an army of monster girls.
Which does sound pretty awesome.
And like, it's basically, you take the, I can't remember what they called it in, Fire Emblem, where you can poke their faces.
Oh yeah, the waifu touching feature that they took out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a game where, yeah, to capture the monster girls, you have to get them to calm down by doing that to them. But your little companion is, I think he's supposed to be like this seal, but his head definitely looks more phallic.
Of course.
And as you're fighting, he's watching and he gets excited, and then he unleashes his load. He sprays coins at him.
Oh my fucking god! It's a literal money shot.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yes.
Oh god, that is What's this game rated?
I think it's one of the games that isn't allowed on Twitch.
Huh, I wonder why. I hope I don't get demonetized just for having this mentioned. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my 0.001 cent on this video. Well, that's depressing. By the way, what do you think of these copper blocks?
They're nice.
Yeah, I'm just leaving this here so that when we set up the staircase, you know, the little stairs here, yeah, you can just cover that up.
Yep.
Now then, I know we had some lanterns around here. Ah, here they are.
One of the things I found absolutely hilarious with this game is the reason why the main character ends up getting sent to the Monster Girl Kingdom.
Oh, God.
It's basically... So, a bunch of adventurers, you know, they'd be sent, but then they never returned. And so it came to this main character's village, and they're basically like, you've been selected because you're useless.
Well, that's sad.
Wow.
So they basically send him expecting that he's going to die.
Wow, you know what? That actually sounds like the plot of an anime.
Yeah.
Like, this is like the RPG version of Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah. Just like, don't worry, your death you'll be immortalized in death.
See,
So-
we even set up this painting, and it shows like a painting of it being like viciously mauled by a werecat or something.
God, what?
Did you really have to paint a picture of me dying horribly? Yes.
That was The Simpsons, if I recall.
Really? What's quoting this?
Yeah, there was that episode where Lisa, I think it was like Marge actually, was trying to help an ex-con because he had like artistic talent. So he does like an art piece for the school, which was like this really badass looking sort of like, you know, Amazon riding a
A
tiger
puma.
or something like that. Yeah. And I think when Skinner asked him to change it, he added Skinner in, like, being attacked or something in it, if I recall. I haven't seen that episode in a long time, but it sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Puma pride, Puma pride. And he like, I think he set his car on fire as well.
Yeah.
Puma pride, Puma pride.
I do kind of find it funny that the moral of that episode, if you wanted to even think of something like that, is basically, it's like, yeah, there are a lot of people that can be redeemed, but some of them are just assholes.
You know what? That's actually pretty much a realistic moral.
So I think one of the next worlds we go to might actually be the boss. The first boss.
Ooh.
Well, we can actually get some iron. 'Cause-
Yeah, I think we need to defeat the first boss for that.
Yeah, because iron will let us make bigger chests and other cool items.
Iron will make us grow. Will help us grow.
No, it's
Iron
helps us play.
That's it. God damn it. I'm always
Hello,
misquoting.
Joe.
Why do I always misquote?
If you should die before you wake Seriously, Homer, why you couldn't have made that and think that was looking good.
Well, I think if there's one thing that has been quite established about Homer is that he is not the sharpest individual.
He is so unsharp that Ralphie's scissors that the school will let him have are sharper.
Which is why was kind of weird when they did that whole episode where he basically gets Mr. Burns fired. And I'm like, it's a case of like, was that him actually being smart, or was it just because he was so motivated by, you know, getting out of work that he put his mind, like, the effort that he went into it essentially made him seem smart.
Love him column A, love him column B.
Yeah, it's just about that.
Something dough. Well, I think if there's anything that's been established, it's that Homer can be quite brilliant. He just chooses not to access that brilliance.
Consistency is for the weak.
Yeah, that's right. There's the whole episode where it turns out that he had a bloody crayon lodged in his brain.
Yeah, and it's just like all the other inner monologues he has with his head is just like those moments of...
Yeah.
I always just think of the apple cider one. That's just my favorite.
It's like, alright, you can keep listening to this if you want, but I'm out of here.
It just collapses.
For me, my absolute favorite is, it's like, aw, $20, but I wanted a peanut. $20 could buy you many peanuts. Explain how. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Woohoo!
Yeah, Dan Kesselin had a pretty good performance as, you know, Homer J. Simpson. Although I'd say my favorite of his performance has to be when he's the robot devil. Very good singing voice.
Mm-hmm.
The gods are evil, you won't miss them. We'll find ways to simulate that smell. You're a sorry fella, rolled up and smoked like a hot potato. Here on level 1 of robot hell.
And to be fair, he was a good genie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite match Robin Williams, but...
Well, it's hard to match the energy of Robin Williams, let's be honest.
Like how Robin Williams had a guest appearance on, Whose Line Is It Anyway? You know, a show that is known for, like, some of the greatest improv comedians. And not even they could keep up with bloody Robin Williams.
Which really is saying something.
Level up.
Ah, man. That's, you know, Whose Line Is It Anyway is just a show that I like to just sort of put on in the background when I'm, you know, grinding or something, because, you know, it's low effort to listen to.
Yeah, you don't need to be that invested, but it's nice to look over and see what they're doing once in a while.
I especially just love the, all the, like, improv musical stuff they do.
I just found something called My First Diary. It says, it's a boy's journal about visits from the Portal Knights. The entries abruptly stop. Well, that seems dark.
Portal Knights are evil!
Well, I am stealing everything they own, and I am a Portal Knight, so
You're not
you're
exactly
not wrong.
doing us favors.
Well, you're not wrong.
And we're Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, he is following strongly in the tradition of adventurers stealing everything that isn't nailed down.
Yeah,
I'm playing the Ranger. I'm basically a rogue.
And I am kind of strip mining this first island of all its stone.
Exactly. Exactly. We're basically regular adventurers. I mean, yeah, we're killing all the wildlife, but again, we're killing all the wildlife, good and evil.
Yeah. So in this other D&D game, I mean the one that I was playing earlier today, the one where I play my magical girl. So we're doing Curse of Strahd. Now, there was this part where it's like, you know, we got these fortune cards that were basically telling us, you know, things that we could do to help us in our quest to defeat Strahd. And of course, one of them's like, there's a mad girl, you know, locked in this house, sort of thing. So we show up, knock on the door. Her mother answers the door, and right away I can tell, yeah, she's this old bloody no nonsense bitch who's probably actually the one that's causing her daughter to be insane. So we can't just be like, hey, we're here to help your daughter. So I'm like, yeah, we heard there's a rat problem here. Some guy hired us, sending us, you know, said there's a rat problem. It's like, no. I'm like, I'm sure this was the house. And, you know, basically trying to get an in when she turns us down, like, well, do you have any jobs for us?
Yeah, we're local adventurers. We kill for food.
Basically, I was just trying to get an in. But of course, she was just turning us down at every chance.
You weren't getting a tavern.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just like, okay, you know, we walk away for a few minutes. I cast a silent image, and then come back with a silent image of a guard. Because, like, the reason why we were here, we also heard screaming from her daughter. But yeah, so I come back with silent image of a guard, and then I'm, like, hiding around the corner and using deception to basically, you know, for my voice. And she bloody calls me out on the bluff. She's like, because I don't think she knew it was a silent image, but she basically essentially said, you know, asked for evidence that I couldn't do with a silent image. So it was like, fuck, foiled.
Oh, I found in like one of these ruined houses, like cool Baroque work furniture in like an underground basement. It's gonna look awesome in their castle. Ooh,
so of course,
secret wall, and I found a chest.
what was in the chest?
Some healing potions, some money, and some bones. I can't carry because I am filled up to the brim with legally procured goods?
Question. Why is there bones in every chest?
Ain't that the $1 million question?
Maybe someone lost them?
Actually, shouldn't Squirt be like, what's a bone?
Yes! Oh. So, quick question. I've been thinking of looking into World of Darkness type stuff, like just for the plain, you know, World of Darkness type stuff, not for the vampire, werewolf, and all that stuff. What is the thing with editions in that? Because I know there's multiple editions of it.
Okay, so the way it works is like the first one was the classic, or otherwise it's otherwise known as the Old World of Darkness, that was like their sort of first release. And, you know, in the sort of mid-2000s, they thought, hey, let's do an updated edition, but they heavily changed the lore, which was New World of Darkness. But of course, a lot of fans preferred the old lore and all the old stuff. So then they re-released the old stuff as like, you know, 20th anniversary edition.
Right.
Yeah. So like, what exactly is it that you're like...
Well, I'm just kind of trying to look for something that works generally for making a like a horror type thing, like without worry about lore.
I mean, either system works because they're fairly similar.
All right.
But yeah, because they play a lot like Shadowrun as well. It's, you know, a D10 system where it's all based on numbers of successes. But unlike Shadowrun, it's also like there's a target number. So it's like it's usually like either 7, 8, or 9 as like the target number.
All right.
Wow, things are looking
usually...
great on this build, dude. You got a real knack for this. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I'm not really that good at building. I just tend to go for the basics. Never been good at, like, you know, planning or doing stuff. I just tend to build, like, a basic thing and just keep adding on to it. Actually making something, yeah. Oh boy, look at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's time to
go.
Shit.
Time just slips past like that.
I know, right?
Oh man.
And hey,
I could just build stuff for days.
I know what you mean. And hey, I stole a bunch of furniture and seem to be able to furnish this place.
Indeed.
Oops, went to the wrong one.
Why are you going to the Venket Fairy Forest?
It's so sad, I'm going to the wrong one.
Ah.
Actually, no, that probably wasn't it. I was about to say, maybe the reason you lost your levels was... maybe because you were traveling when... logged off or something?
I'm pretty sure I was sitting still.
Yeah. I remember you being... still.
Hmm.
Okay.
Dang it. Well, this is another thing. I've noticed that when I try to quit out of Portal Nights, it doesn't... Like, it stops showing stuff in the window and all of that, but it doesn't actually close. I have to physically stop it in the task manager.
That is very odd.
Yeah, because like I hit toggle screen and then exit game and...
Well, we'll have to figure that out next time.
Yeah.
As always, I'm Brent Tenkage. I will see you next time. Take it easy.